to the 2026 World Cup over in Mexico and Canada and the United States begin now over in South America as World Cup qualifying begins. We're going to take a look at match number one. That's coming at you next. Today, we're taking a look at the brand new, squeaky clean World Cup qualifying campaign over in South America. Of course, the CONMEBOL campaign begins now, of course, and we're looking forward to that in just a second. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button back to all things South America related, Black and Rose related, world football related. We got it all here, boys. Under one roof. That's right. Focus is now switching to America 2026, of course, but who will get off to a fantastic start in match day number one. We're going to take a look at it, all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. But anyway, let's get into it. All right, then, folks, let's take a little look at, of course, the World Cup qualifying campaign over in South America, of course. Remind ourselves of the nations that make up this country. Test my knowledge here, my flag knowledge. We've got Argentina, world champions, of course. We got Bolivia. We've got, of course, Brazil. We have Chile, of course. Then we have Colombia. We have Ecuador, Paraguay. We have Peru, Uruguay, and Venezuela. Of course, 10 teams in it. One of the longest World Cup campaigns going, if not the longest, starting right here in 2023. Of course, the World Cup is still 3 years away, but hey, I love it. Look at what the table looks like, of course, right here, right now. Of course, everyone's got a dream of making it to 2026 World Cup, and there are 6 spots up for grabs, gratis. That's, of course, going in your straight up and down there with 1 playoff spot right now. I think it might be even an expanded World Cup here. So only 3 teams can miss out. Of course, that 7th spot is not a guarantee. So you have to play like a oceanic side or maybe an Asian side in a bit of a playoff. But anyway, regardless, it all kicks off this coming weekend. And of course, we are hoping to explore the campaign from start to finish. So here we go. These are the games. Of course, we do have a prediction league and it's coming at you right now. Details of that, hopefully. Where are you? There it is. Of course, prediction league coming at you right here, right now. Cutley for WC 2026 SA for South Africa. So, South America, even South America. All right. Of course, let's get into the games then. Of course, coming at you this coming. Oh, it's very, very fast, isn't it? So, we're going to start right here, right now. We got Paraguay. We have Peru. And of course, it's coming at you this coming 7th of September at the Estadio Antonio Arianda. Of course, Paraguay, managed by Guillermo Schelotto up against Peru, Juan Reynoso. 19 times they played each other since 2003. We've got 5 wins for Paraguay. We've got 11 wins for Peru. And we've got 3 draws, of course. Biggest win for Paraguay, 2-1 win. Scoring 18 goals in those 19 games, 0.95 goals game ratio. Up against Peru, 4-1 win, their biggest. 31 goals scored in 19 games, 1.63 goals game ratio. Peru, of course, 58% form for them right now. Just 1 win in 4. Up against Peru, of course, 42% form. Just 1 win in 5, of course. Paraguay have not won any of the last 3 away games against Peru. And of course, the last time they played each other in Paraguay was a 2-2 draw. World Cup qualifying campaign back in October 2020. Wow. Of course, Paraguay haven't even beaten Peru in the last couple. So the last time they actually won against Peru at their own place was in 2014. Heading into this, of course, Paraguay picked up a 2-0 win over Nicaraguan back in June. Peru are playing Japan as well, also losing. Again, got no odds on this one. Of course, this is a little bit not ahead of time, but anyway, regardless, taking place on the 7th of September, so get your picks in here. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Paraguay. They're going to break the hoodoo, get themselves back in the thick of things, and hopefully be a contender for World Cup qualifying. I'd love to see a tooth and nail competition where all of these guys have a chance to make it in what's going to be a wonderful World Cup stateside, of course. Next up, we have Argentina, of course, World Cup champions up against Ecuador. That's also on the 7th of September, played to the 16 times since 2004. We've got 8 wins at Argentina, 3 wins at Ecuador, and we've got 5 draws, of course. Argentina, their biggest win, 6-1 win, scoring 16 goals in, 6-1 win, that scored 31 goals in those 16 games, 1.94 goals game ratio. Up against Ecuador, of course, their biggest win, 2-0 win, scoring 15 goals in those 16 games, 0.94 game ratio. They're on 58% form, winning 3 games on the bounce. That's Ecuador. Of course, up against Argentina, though, oh, look, A-OK, haven't lost in the 19 home matches in a row and 6 games unbeaten at the very least. Last time around, of course, at the Estadio Monumental Antonio Vasco Liberty. That's in Argentina, of course. Last time around at Argentina. in World Cup qualifying. It was a 1-0 win for Argentina, just a 1-0 win back in October 2020. Of course, last time around, Argentina with a 2-0 win over Indonesia back in June. Of course, Ecuador with a 3-1 win over Costa Rica also back in June. No odds on this one. Going to go with my gut. My gut says a comfortable 3-0 win for Argentina. They are world champions. Messi's going to be involved, I believe, as I feel he's going to be there in 2026. I think he's playing in Miami right now. Why don't do it? He will be there. I hold me to that. Let's get on forward then with the next one, of course, coming at you as well. We have Colombia up against Venezuela on the 7th of September. Played each other 18 times. 2-3. Got 8 wins for Colombia, 5 wins for Venezuela, and 5 draws, of course. Biggest win for Colombia, 3-0 win, scoring in over the course of those 18 games, scoring 19 goals, 1.06 goal to game ratio. Up against Venezuela, biggest win, 2-0 win for them, scoring just 11 goals in 18 games, 0.61 goals to game ratio. They're on 83% form right now, Venezuela, winning 4 of the last 5 games, unbeaten in the last 6. In fact, they haven't lost in the last 7. Meanwhile, Colombia, though, haven't lost in the last 11 games, 83% form for them, winning 3 on the bounce, of course. Last time around, though, in Colombia, it was a 3-0 win for Colombia back in October 2020. Also, World Cup qualifying campaign. Colombia picking up results against Japan, Iraq, and Germany most recently. Over in Germany, looks like, with Venezuela picking up a 1-0 win over Guatemala. That's back in the middle of June as well. Tough one to call this one, but I'm going to go with the host. 2-0 win for Colombia, as they'll also get themselves off to a fantastic start. Next up, we have Uruguay. That's right, up against Ben Brereton Diaz and Chile. Of course, this is actually on the, what we're looking at here. We're looking at the 8th of September. Played each other 16 times, 2-3, but 7 was for Uruguay, 4 for Chile, and got 5 draws, of course. Uruguay, biggest win for them, 4-0 win, scoring 22 goals in 16 games, 1.38 goals to game ratio. Up against Chile, that's right, biggest win for them, 3-1 win, scoring 16 goals in those 16 games, a goal a game average. Uruguay coming to this on 75% form, unbeaten in the last 5. Of course, it's Bielsa ball this time around, as of course the Argentina takes over the reins there. 75% form for them, haven't lost in the last 5 games. Up against Chile, who are also unbeaten in the last 5, 67% form for them as well. 2 Argentinians in the dugout. Last time around, though, in Uruguay, it was a 2-1 win back in October 2020, and of course Uruguay picking up 2-0 win over Cuba most recently. Chile with a 0-0 draw against Bolivia. That's right. But what about the odds? Got no odds here. Going to go with my gut. My gut says it's going to be a win for Uruguay. Of course, my Ben Brereton Diaz hat is off now, as I don't think you've got to look at this without your blue and white tinted glasses. I do think it'll be a win for Uruguay, and of course get themselves off to a fantastic start. Chile got to win your home games, and then wrap it up. It's Brazil, of course, up against Bolivia. That's right, on the 8th of September as well. Now, these two sides, according to my eyes, played each other 11 times since 1930. Wow, just 11 times. I can't believe that stat. 7 wins for Brazil, just 1 for Bolivia, and 3 draws, of course. Biggest win for Brazil, 5-0 win, scoring 30 goals in 11 games, 2.73 goals a game ratio. Up against Bolivia, 2-1 win for them, 4 goals scored in 11 games, 0.36 goals a game ratio. On 25% form for Bolivia right now, just 1 win in 6. Up against Brazil, though, 2 wins the last 6 games, 33% form. Brazil haven't lost in any of the last 34 home matches, so take from that from what you will. Last time around, though, over in Brazil, this is at the Margueniario, it was a 5-0 win for Brazil back in October 2020. Of course, Brazil picking up a 4-2 loss to Senegal most recently, with Bolivia losing to Panama right here, right now. Again, got no odds, going to go with my guts. Going to be a win for Brazil, 4-0 win for them, as a new era of course, Brazil come into effect. That's, of course, my early door predictions for this group. And, of course, we've got a long way to go here. And that's a recap of the results right now. And, of course, if I'm right, we hope to be back with, of course, match day number 2 very, very soon. It might be a little bit different than this one because I'm going to record it ahead of time because I'm going to be on the bloody road. But that, my friends, is what I've got for you right here, right now. But until then, of course, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the little bell. Your non-stop shop here for World Cup qualifying continues here at Blood and Roses. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you smash your thumbs up, and make sure you hit the little bell. Your non-stop shop here continues. I'll see you soon for the next one.